"Go, I'm sending you out like lambs among wolves." Jesus said go, so we went.
This year Explore Africa did their Luke 10 in Spain, and I must say definitely the most challenging. Almost everything went wrong from the beginning. You are not allowed to hike in Spain, so I was like, how are we ever going to reach anywhere when we're not allowed to hike, because you also don't want to really break the country's rules. So eventually we ended up in one city. Eventually we had to dust off our feet and continue to the next city. In the next city, the same thing happened. We one day went to a hospital. We wanted to pray there for the people. The hospital said, no, you're not allowed to pray. We just sat there in the hospital chapel and prayed for the people anyway. The place where we stayed was a restaurant veranda, which was very cold. Eventually, we had to go to social services to phone someone we know to organize a bus ticket for us so we could actually catch our flight. In that also, we learned that we should just wait on the Lord. We should be content also just to rest and not be wanting to do stuff all the time. So I think that was one of the big lessons I learned. The Lord just took us back to foundations again with saying, you don't necessarily have to do things, you just have to rest in me.
Our team, we really went with a very faithful approach and really optimistic, and then just trusting that God was going to make a way with meeting people of peace and providing transport, and the Lord just really made a way for us, and we ended up covering quite a bit of distance and really just focusing on building relationships with the people that we met. We did have a lot of language barriers, but even through that, just non-verbal language such as kindness and gentleness, and we were able to communicate love to the people. So it was a really fulfilling time for us. We really loved it.
It was really just wonderful to experience, and also just to go out in faith and trusting the Lord, and also meet people along the way and be intentional and being challenged. Also now with our Luke 10 in Spain, it was just a reminder for me how it shouldn't just be now we're going on a Luke 10, but that's a way of living and a way of mindset we should have every day.
I believe God was really central in leading us and taking us places. It really had God's handwriting written all over it. It was really like a script that God gave us, and especially the people we came to meet, really friendly, really open. Unlike most of the rest of Spain that we experienced.
Rivers!
Jesus is good!
Amen, Jesus.
I did my Luke 10 with Anzel and Gian.
With the commission Jesus gave his disciples in Luke 10, and only a vision about eagles and water. We found ourselves in Madrid, a bit confused and dazed, but then we remember the word gave us about water, so we just followed the water, and that led to Burger King.
We decided to do this 5 minutes being quiet and just waiting on the Lord.
We were praying, and when Leilani opened her eyes, she made eye contact with the lady sitting behind us.
I just felt in my heart to speak to these people that were sitting just behind us. Their names were Yanni, Ruben and Unai.
And this was the first encounter with our person of peace in Spain. We were just sharing with them what we were doing this year, our life stories, how we met Jesus. It just touched them so much that they actually invited us to stay over at the small one-room apartment for the night. I think about 12 o'clock in the evening we still found ourselves eating pizza, drinking Coke, just watching YouTube videos and just having fellowship like a family would.
They wanted to give us new clothes. I ended up giving some of mine away.
The next morning we were on our way, and the goodbyes actually led to tears from Yanni's side. It was crazy to see how the Lord moved in that, and how He touched her life, and how she even went from saying she didn't believe in a God to thinking, wow, what these people are doing is so encouraging, and just questioning why they are doing it.
After that we told God, thank you so much for this opportunity. It was amazing. Even if we have to sleep on the floor tonight, we'll do it. And the next night, that's exactly what happened. We were in Toledo, and oh man, that was a struggle, but it was just so encouraging, this family we met. after we got speaking, they told us, "Oh, you're crazy, loco." And I mean, just knowing that a life of faith is that type of life. It's a life of reckless abandon and of stepping into the unknown.